Good evening, all you beautiful people. Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to the Class vs. Crass Gaming Podcast on this Sunday evening. I am your host, Jason Lapine. Joining me as always, RGT85, now sporting the water bottles.
Bonjour, les gens. Ça va.
Thought you'd like it. We're going with a bilingual show now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see you brought your girlfriend. She's looking quite pretty in the back.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was back there.
Yeah.
I didn't remember.
Yeah.
I'll bring her closer if you need me to.
Yeah. How many nights have you slept with her?
Yeah, she just stays on my bed because I haven't really found a place to hang it because it's one of those dual hooks.
Oh.
And I don't like those. I like single hook in the middle.
Right. That's hard to line up.
Yeah, and it's not really that heavy. Like you could probably hit someone in the head with it and like maybe not knock them out, but maybe like 2 or 3 hits you would.
Mm-hmm. But would you?
Had to.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. It's been a good 4 years well earned. Only took you 4 years to get there. 2 years wasted sharing it on a channel with me.
True.
Yeah. When did you start RGT85 proper? Was that 2 years ago?
May 2015.
All right, so 3 years, not bad.
Yeah.
Well, for those who are joining us for the first time, this is a 1-hour podcast dedicated to all things gaming, where we talk about what we've been playing. Then we're going to go over all the headlines. Tonight on this show, we're going to be covering, as I look over to my titles here, Bowsette, the Nintendo community's latest creation. Then we're going to talk about Telltale and that whole fiasco that went down last week, as well as the PS1 Classic and maybe an N64 Classic. Let's talk about that. Then we're going to talk about Nintendo granting a Smash fan's final wish, which is a little bit sadder of a story. But those are our headlines for tonight. That's what we're going to be talking about. And then the last 15 minutes, as you know, is always kept for the lightning round. That's where we take your topics, your questions. We hash it out here live with those of you who are here live with us. For those of you who were here last week, you know, I said Kid Icarus was actually joining us this week. He woke up this morning feeling terrible. He had a flu. I'll spare you the rest of the details. But basically, we had to postpone the show with Kid Icarus. So that's probably going to happen in the next few weeks. So I know September was supposed to be heavy with guests, but stuff happened. And now it's probably looking like October is going to be a heavier month with guests. In terms of giveaways, we've got Little Dragon Cafe, which is closing, I think, in about 2 or 3 hours. So if somebody from the chat, one of the mods, could drop a link to that, you still have a chance to enter that. It is a full $60 Switch game that's being given away. And the new giveaway for this week is a copy of Alwa's Awakening, which is actually coming out, I think, this coming Thursday. So we're going to be drawing a winner for that next week. You'll be one of the first to be able to play that game. It is a game that's out on Steam, but it's coming out to the Switch. It's kind of like a retro 8-bit Metroidvania kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of game, I would put it. Can't really talk about it too much, but it's from someone who actually broke away from the studio. Zoink Games created his own. Actually, he was a guest on this show back in May or June, I believe, with Elden Pixels now, and they have made that game. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Sean, what are you snacking on?
I'm about to grab the rest of my fries over there in a minute. I forgot to grab them, but I have some fries that I got a burger for dinner.
Where from? Where's your burger place?
I just did Grubhub, and one of the places I get like turkey clubs from and shit. I decided to try their burgers, and they're actually really good.
I've never had a good like delivered burger. They're always too soggy.
No, this was actually legit. Like, it was really good. One thing that sucked, they called me because like you had to meet the Grubhub minimum, you know, like a minimum order. So I ordered the burger with fries. I ordered a slice of pizza and a brownie, and they called me and they're like, we don't do pizza slices on Sundays. And I was like, oh. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, they're like, well, what do you want instead? And I was like, just give me enough brownies to make the minimum order. And I hung up. So now I have 4 brownies.
Brownie problems.
So I might have a brownie instead. I think I'll grab a brownie in a minute.
All right, share the wealth. What's that in your hand?
Oh, that's a rubber band, hair tie, rubber band.
Yeah, okay. Over in my end, I have brought some. We're doing some animal crackers tonight. I've rediscovered the joys of animal crackers.
Barnum, yeah. Well, they used to be in the box. Now they took them out or they changed the cage on the box. Did you see that?
That's right. They did. Yeah, they used to have a cage.
It's fucking that's the worst thing in the world.
Social justice warriors at it again.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ. It's been that way since like 1900, and now it's a problem.
People were tired of having zoo animal crackers. They wanted some wild animal crackers.
I mean, who cares? It's a snack.
But when I'm snacking, though, I don't want to taste captivity. I'm talking like I'm defending this. I actually don't care.
No, you care.
Yeah, I totally forgot it used to be in a box. Even when I was looking for these on the shelf, I'm like, oh, it's in a bag now. That's different.
Yeah, I want the box. I want those animals in cages. Yeah. That's how you know they taste good.
No, but really, like, legit, I am a little bit more of an environmentalist, and I'm kind of surprised that they went from box to bag, because I don't think these are recyclable, whereas a box is recyclable.
See?
So. Oh, see? They even say it on the bag. It says, go wild. That's why they're not in captivity anymore. These are wild animal crackers. And for the first time on this show, I showed this wine glass off a little while ago, and I was drinking some stupid Mountain Dew. Tonight, I actually have some proper wine in this lovely wine glass, for those of you who haven't seen it before. So
fancy.
Those are my snacks for tonight.
I'm going to grab my brownie.
All right. Grabbing his brownie. Then we have... Oh, I almost forgot. I have these title cards I'm supposed to play before each section. So while he's away, I'll play it now. We're going to get into What Have You Been Playing? And we're back. Sean.
What?
What have you been playing?
Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle.
Is it living up to the hype?
Yeah, it's really good. Dark Souls beta.
Is that living up to the hype?
Yeah, it's really good. Sega Ages, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Like the first?
Yeah.
No.
And Lightning Force. Of course, Fortnite.
Yeah.
No, I'm almost at
You excited for season 6?
Yeah. I almost have the full suit for season 5 that you can unlock.
Educate me here. What does that mean?
So you can do like challenges and stuff to gain XP, and then you get different custom items to wear in the game if you achieve such goals. And I'm almost done with all of the goals for season 5 to where I can get the full custom suit.
So what's the name? Is that Ragnarok? Is the name of that suit Ragnarok?
I don't know.
So my son had a friend, by the way, he's back there today. My son had a friend over today, and he was playing Fortnite on the PC while my son was playing on the Switch. And, you know, being the controlling father I am, I came to like end the fun time and being like, that's enough video games. And he was looking at the screen, he's like, but I just unlocked Ragnarok. And I'm like what's that mean? And he's like, oh, it's like a new skin. And he was like texting his dad about it.
Oh yeah, you can get like you can get new skins and stuff through just playing as well. But this is like a suit specifically for season 5.
Oh.
Like I have a bunch of, I could pull it up real quick. Like I have a bunch of different
that might actually get me into the game if I can grind towards suits. I don't know. That's those mechanics.
That's why you gotta, dude. All I do is I get the season pass. I play 50v50. That's all I play.
Wait, you actually pay?
I mean, it's like $10.
Ugh.
It's $10, and you get to have goals to achieve.
Oh, so you need to spend to get the goals?
No, you get more goals if you spend.
No.
No, the Ragnarok is different. I know what that is. I don't have that yet. That's part of the full season unlocks. This is like there's multiple like I'll show you.
My God.
How do you not play this game? It's the perfect game.
I played it, but
it's the perfect game to lay in bed when you're bored and just hop on a 50v50, get some guns, and go shoot people. Like it's so satisfying. It's so much fun.
Is 50v50 only paid?
No.
Oh. So why are you paying for it? Just for the goals?
Yes, and the extra XP and the achievements and not achievements, the extra stuff you unlock.
All right,
hold on. I'm going to show you my characters.
Sean's going to show us his character. You would be a Fortnite kid.
Shut up. It's a fun game. It's not a bad game. People who talk bad about it, they're just kind of strange, in my opinion.
Didn't you talk bad about it like 6 months ago?
No.
Okay.
All right, so I have...
All right,
so the drift... The
Okay.
drift is
Too
the
much
outfit
light.
that I'm...
Tilt.
Better?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it. I
Let's
see
see.
pants. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we
Okay.
go. Okay.
So I'm almost done with this suit.
Okay.
This is the suit that I'm trying to finish.
Got it.
So I've unlocked this,
Right.
this,
Well, that's not even a suit.
this guy, this,
All right.
and this.
Okay.
So yeah, and you can choose like which suit you want to use and stuff like that. So right now I am...
Do you mainly do like there's some people that are better at building, some are better at shooting.
Oh, I don't build. I don't build
build.
at all.
Okay.
No, fuck building.
Yeah, I can't do both at the same time.
Yeah, I'm terrible at building, and I hate people that build. Like, I wish they would put in a mode where there is no building. Like, that'd be so much fun to me.
I'm pretty sure it's called PUBG.
Oh, yeah, except PUBG sucks. I deleted it off my Xbox One.
Well, that's going downhill anyways.
Yeah, they're dead.
All right. Over in my end, I've been playing some... I'm continuing with Octopath Traveler, so I finished all of Chapter 2, so I'm diving into Chapter 3. This game is crazy. Like, I'm 25 hours in, and I'm just entering Chapter 3. I can probably see myself hitting 50 hours in this game easily. So, see how that goes. What else do we have that I've been playing? I'm drawing a blank. I did more Spider-Man. I'm at 97% complete Spider-Man now. It's actually been a pretty light week for gaming. Mainly Octopath, Spider-Man, and a little bit of Alwa's Awakening, but I can't talk about that. So
You could talk about the Switch version, though.
no, it's under embargo.
I mean the Steam version.
It's a game I think that you would really enjoy, honestly. It's not like in my preferences when I'm playing retro style game. I like speed, like the messenger. The character moves quick, so on all of my platformers, I really like speed and fast movement. And Alwa's Awakening is a slower paced game, so I feel you're more. I don't know. You're more into those.
I haven't played it yet. I haven't downloaded it yet. I'm gonna probably download it this evening.
Well, I mean, the music's really good. I shouldn't be talking about it, but yeah, the Steam version has really good music in it.
Yeah, we're talking about the Steam
Of
version.
course, it's very good.
Have you finished Spider-Man yet?
Like, I finished the story, and I'm just fighting crime to get to my 100% now.
I still haven't finished it yet.
How can you not
didn't-
finish it?
I don't know. I was busy this weekend. I didn't have a chance to play it. I'll probably play it tomorrow.
Did I share? I think I shared. Yeah, last week I was playing God of War, remastered, God of War 3 remastered. So I'll probably be dabbling more in the backlog because I'm trying to save money. I can't be spending so much on games anymore.
I feel you. Same.
All right. Enough about what we've been playing. Now it's time for what happened to my mouse sensitivity.
I like that game. What happened to my mouse sensitivity? It's really fun. I'm really good at it.
You know, speaking of games, I was actually thinking of like what a game would look like if I made one. And I was just sharing how I like a really high speed platformer. So I don't even know if I could create something that's really unique because there's so many out there.
It would be Ninja Gaiden, probably.
Yeah. Speaking of Ninja Gaiden, I would love to have the classic Ninja Gaiden and Smash. Just imagine those mechanics. Be so good. Oh, and the music. Oh, the music in Smash. That'd be great.
I'm surprised they haven't put him in. Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Or Shinobi. I mean, you could even do Shinobi. Shinobi's pretty similar. A little slower.
I think Ryu is more popular. Who owns the rights to that game?
Tecmo.
Sure.
Yes. What do you mean, am I sure? Koei Tecmo owns Ninja Gaiden.
Huh. Tecmo's Ninja Gaiden. Okay. He's in Dead or Alive, apparently.
Is he?
I don't All right, let's get into our topics. We got some good ones tonight, but first, title card. Let me play with my fancy stuff.
Do what you will.
All right, first headline. Let's talk about the sad stuff first, because I don't want to end the show on a sad note.
Okay.
All right, so here's the thing. For those who don't know, a little bit of background, because this one I'm a little bit personally involved in a way that means nothing. Earlier, so I've got this big event coming out next month that I'm helping organize called EGLX here in Toronto. And one of the organizers of the Smash tournament sent us an email, and they're like, hey, there's this guy. He's terminally ill, is in the Smash community. He's actually local to Toronto, somewhere in Ontario. And he's asking if he can get some time with Smash somehow, if he can play Smash Ultimate, because he doesn't think he's going to make it till December, because back in July he was given about 5 to 6 months to live. So I'm looking it up. I'm like, all right. So this guy has been earlier this week was getting, like, Hungrybox tweeted him out, and he's been getting a lot of how do you say it? He's been getting a lot of attention from Hungrybox, Nintendo Life, from Reddit, and basically everybody was trying to ask Nintendo to be like, hey, can you come out and let this guy play the E3 demo of Smash Ultimate before he passes away? Which is something, Nintendo has done before with Breath of the Wild. If you guys remember, there was a huge Zelda fan who was diagnosed with I think it was a heart condition of some kind, and it didn't look like he was going to make it to March to the Breath of the Wild release, so they brought the demo to him. He got to play it, and unfortunately he did pass away in January, so he did not get to see the release of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So anyway, so this week we found out, actually I think on Friday, that Nintendo actually did go to this fan's home and spent 3 hours with him, and he was able to invite, I think, 2 of his friends, and he played Smash Ultimate all day, which is amazing, because so he's bedridden, he can't get around, he can't even make it out to our event next month. So this was really great that and the reason I say I'm personally involved is just the fact that someone was asking me to do something about it. I asked Nintendo, but they didn't get back to me until today, where they're like, oh, something's in the works, and then I found out, yeah, of course, you guys already did this 2 days ago. So yeah, it's a really touching story. Like I like it when companies pull through for situations like this, which are already sad enough of their own.
Indeed, it's very cool. Very good stuff.
Good stuff, Nintendo. Good PR, yeah.
I can't really say much.
Mm-hmm. I mean, clearly it makes you think though. Like, our generation, when we're going to be close to dying, whenever that is. There's going to be a game or a movie that's just about to release that we're not going to see. Like, I feel that pretty much everyone here in the chat, when we're about to die, there's going to be that one game that we're not going to be able to play.
There's kind of a difference between, dying of old age and then dying, of a terminal illness or something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to compare the two, but I'm saying there is going to be a point in our lives where we're going to realize we're not going to live to see the day of something that we're excited to see.
That's why you got to live in the moment. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Manifest destiny.
All right, sure. So, good guy, Nintendo. Next, you know what? Let's just stick on the sad news and work our way to the good news. Bowsette being the final topic. Can't wait to talk about that one. So, let's talk about Telltale shutting down last week. For those who don't know, it sounds like Telltale is just out of nowhere declaring bankruptcy, laying off 90% of their workforce. So they're going from 250 employees down to 25. Those last 25 are just being kept around to finish their final project, which is like a Minecraft story mode for Netflix or something. I don't quite understand what's going on there. And then those people are going to get let go. So this kind of dropped like a bomb. We got a new subscriber. Welcome, Ron Wes. And there's a lot to talk about there, because a company doesn't just go bankrupt overnight. And, Telltale, we've talked about on this show a lot, where we're saying we were getting franchise fatigue.
Telltale.
Say
it right.
Telltale.
Everyone, people are saying you say it wrong, and you do. You say Telltale. 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 Yay!
I know you have quite a few thoughts on this, Sean, so let's hear them.
Honestly, I didn't care at first, because I assimilate Telltale with like just the Walking Dead games and the Minecraft games and stuff like that. So I was just like, I don't play those games. I don't really care. But then I started looking at their back catalog of games and realizing that, they did the Back to the Future game. They did Jurassic Park. They did the Batman games.
They did a Jurassic Park game?
Yeah. Back in 2011, and it was canon. It took place during the first movie. Oh. So it's kind of like, I feel like they did good things with movie franchises and, comic book franchises and stuff. But the biggest problem with Telltale is that you had to like the source material. If you didn't like the source material, there was no way you were going to play the game. Mm-hmm. I didn't care about The Walking Dead. I don't watch the show. So I didn't care about the source material. So I had no interest in playing the games. And because of the way the games are set up, it was just really fan service. And then they did episodes and crap like that, and people didn't like that. They never evolved, and I feel like that was their biggest problem, because when you have something like Minecraft and Guardians of the Galaxy and Walking Dead, and then we're doing a Stranger Things games, like those are multi-million-dollar franchises. They were hiring people as of last week.
What?
Yes.
What?
So something
that's crazy.
Yeah. I talked about it on a video that I did yesterday.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't post it 20 minutes ago.
No, I posted my upcoming Switch games for October 30 minutes ago. Oh no, it was like 7:30. What was I saying? But yeah, like I feel like something happened, a misappropriation of funds. You saw so many people taking to Twitter. They were like, oh, we worked overtime without getting paid and blah, blah, blah. And that's unfortunately a side effect of being in the industry, because you have these passion projects or whatever, mm-hmm. and you want to see them done, but kiddies never work unless you're getting paid. Don't work smarter, not harder.
I'll tell you one thing. Because I definitely work overtime in a lot of things, because I work on passion projects, and I can tell you a lot of the times it's not paid for. And it's not so much don't do it, but don't do it with the expectation that you're going to be rewarded. If you're doing it, do it out of your own will.
But when you're doing it for a greater goal. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're personal greater goal, or just a greater goal?
No, like okay, if something were to happen with what you're doing,
right,
and the company went under, you would still get things. You would probably get a severance package. You would probably get, things like that. These people didn't even get that.
I'm saying, let's say I get fired.
Well, getting fired is different. Getting fired means that you did something to warrant that, more than likely, as opposed to the company shutting down.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean,
but I don't think I would, like in a dark situation like that where my company goes under, I don't think I would get a severance package. I think I'd be in the same boat as these telltale people.
You still fucked it up. You still fucked it up. Yeah, then I would just say no. That's dumb. I've never worked, and well, I don't know. I guess I have worked and not gotten paid for it.
It all comes down to why you're doing it. If you're getting fulfillment out of it, and that's why you're doing it, and that's rewarding to you, then do it. But if you're doing it with the hopes of someone recognizing your efforts in the future, or you're going to get a payout someday, that's where you're fooling yourself, and that's where you're setting yourself up for a very frustrating future.
To some degree, because you can't really compare it 1-to-1, I feel, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, because making a video game, whether that game gets made or not, or gets finished on time or not, that's not going to really affect your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it could. I don't know. I guess it's a situation I would actually have to be in, but
I did,
for the most part, don't work for free, kiddies.
There is a lot of signs here that the company was mismanaged. I didn't even know that they were hiring last week, which that even makes
they literally hired people last week,
which is crazy. That shows a huge disconnect, or a veil of secrecy, between the higher ups and the operations of the company. It sounded like the company was in a really bad spot, and nobody within the operations knew about it until it was too late, which was this week. And that might come because these are multi-million-dollar franchises. They probably, I don't know if they have to pay to use those or how it works, but it's kind of tragic to see. Another thing is the format of the game lends itself very good to streaming. And if someone enjoys watching someone else play the game for them, like this is the game type that you don't get as much out of it if you're watching someone else play it. So I wonder if
I don't. We talked about that on Spawncast. Did streamers hurt these games because of streaming games? I call bullshit on that. If somebody wants to play, no. If somebody wants to play the game and buy the game, they're gonna play the game and buy the game. I bought Back to the Future because I love Back to the Future. I bought Jurassic Park on my damn computer, of all things, because I love Jurassic Park. If I planned on playing the game, I wouldn't watch a streamer play it. Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird situation. Whatever it was, whatever caused the downfall, probably shouldn't have caused the downfall.
For sure. And hopefully the people who were involved in those, strategic decisions don't find, usually those are the people that jump to another ship and make that ship sink. So hopefully they kind of get isolated and don't do more damage. But the silver lining to all this, and this is something, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen me retweet it a lot on Friday and Saturday. Other companies are jumping in, and you have, I think it was a Sony studio in California, Ubisoft, they're all tweeting out of their accounts saying, hey, we've got a job fair for all of the Telltale, I can't even say it quick now, Telltale employees who have lost their job. We're looking to hire, visual, pretty much everything. So to see the gaming community really jump in here and having other companies being like, let's get you guys some work. Do we see that in other industries? I don't know. I don't look at them as much, but that's just something really beautiful to see.
Brings a tear to my eye. No, I mean, it's legit. Like, that's cool. Like, good on them, I mean, obviously they're going to do something like that, though, because companies are always looking for talent. Like, It's not like everyone in the world can make, a game.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading some comments. Gadget Mike saying, I think if you see one of your favorite streamers playing a Telltale game, I'll get it right eventually, then you kind of don't need to buy it. Eric says Telltale games were a bit broken. I don't know what you mean by broken.
No, he means like glitchy. And glitchy? Yes, sometimes they were. They never expanded on their damn formula. Like, you could just throw any franchise in there and you would get a great story, but the gameplay was always the damn same. Yeah. And they never expanded. They never tried to grow or anything. The
only one I played all the way through was Game of Thrones, and that is by far the worst video game anybody can play. In my 30 years of gaming, that is the one game I would never recommend to someone. It just keeps taking away from you, and it never rewards you. It never gives you anything. I don't know if they were building up for an episode, like a season 2 or something, but God, that was a just depressing game to play.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's how I felt. It was depressing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to our next topic, and we're gonna jump into Bowsette here.
Oh, Jesus.
So Bowsette,
okay. Hold on, I'm grabbing a water because I don't even know shit about this.
Because you're thirsty.
So you lead everyone in.
Man, I want your reaction on this.
Yeah, you know what my reaction's gonna be.
Yeah, he's getting water because he's thirsty. All right, watch this. Bowsette is this community character, and thank you to a Nintendo enthusiast for writing this wonderful story about it. Which is basically a crossover between Peach and Bowser. And it kind of stemmed from, well, look at that, 136 shares. It stemmed from that whole Toadette turning into Peachette. So they're like, well, what would happen if Bowser grabbed the crown? And pretty much, I kid you not, what are the comments on here? No comments yet. But if you check out the hashtag Bowsette on Twitter, it is filled with artwork. Some of it, a lot of it, not safe for work. So careful there. But or do a Google image search, go on Reddit. This has legit like broke out in the last day or two. And there is so much artwork about this fictional character out there. It's crazy. I think there's more picture of Bowsette than like all the Sonic the Hedgehog side characters.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Bowsette is a nice thing, to be fair.
It's weird. It's weird, and Like if that's kind of stuff you're into, like that's cool. But I just like, you know, the real characters and stuff. I don't need side characters and fake characters and
To
stuff
be
like
fair,
that.
Bowsette has more personality than like
It's not
Daisy
real.
and Rosalina.
It's not real though.
And it has more like it actually fits in the canon better too. Like if Peach and Bowser had a kid, it would be Bowsette.
They're not having a kid.
Why they spend more time together than Peach and Mario? It makes so much sense.
It's kidnapping. I mean, that's a weird rabbit hole that I don't want to go down. There's a lot of if ands or buts. There's a lot of hypothetical situations. You know.
Does it make you feel uncomfortable?
No, it's just weird. It's like stuff that doesn't need to be thought of and talked about.
Have you ever dived into DeviantArt's Sonic community?
No. Sonic OC? I actually had no idea what that was until Gilly and Rerez told me about it once, and then I started looking at it, and I was like, I guess if that's what you're into and you know you're not hurting anyone, like that's cool, but man, I don't know. That's beyond me. That's beyond me. It's not my realm of not my realm of...
Don't you have Sonic Forces where you can actually play with your Sonic OC character?
That's different. Sonic Forces isn't...
Did you make one?
No. I don't think I did.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you sort of had to, but...
Okay. Can we see it?
No. I don't even think I still have... that game's a cartridge. I don't have the cartridge.
Oh. Okay. All right. I'm just reading some of these comments. Sean's one of those dads that doesn't let their kid play Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, that D&D is okay. I'd rather than play the D&D side-scrolling beat-em-up games, though. Those are cool. Those are fun.
Moa says there's a subreddit about it now. Of course there is. There's a subreddit for everything.
Of course there is.
RGT's background includes a Doom poster, a Star Fox poster, a silver play button, and a spiral staircase.
Pretty much. What else do I need?
Moan says, no, hey Jay, Bowser and Peach's kid is Bowser Jr. Did you not play Super Mario Sunshine? I don't think I played it far enough to come to any conclusion. Is that legit? What's the story behind there?
What was the thing? Sorry.
Apparently, Bowser and Peach's kid is Bowser Jr. as per Mario Sunshine.
I don't think that was... No, because Bowser Jr.
has no
captured...
Oh.
Bowser Jr. captured Peach in Super Mario Sunshine. Right?
I don't know. Leanne says it's legit. Happens pretty early on in Mario Sunshine. But I know Miyamoto said Bowser Jr. doesn't have a mother. Wait, no.
Mother!
I don't know. This is confusing.
Tell your children not to walk my ways. Tell your children not
Gadget
to
Mike
hear my
says
words.
Bowser Jr. says that, but it isn't really reality. Bowser was lying. All right. Let's talk about the PlayStation 1 Classic. That's an interesting little surprise that popped up out of nowhere.
I know.
If you were under a rock, Sony came out and they're like, hey, we can make our old consoles mini too. Look, the PlayStation 1, remember this? It comes with a total of 5 games so far. No, wait. We all think that they're going to announce more, but that's it. You're just getting 5 games for $100, which include Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, R4, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, Wild Arms. Let me hear your thoughts about this.
I'm going to buy one, of course. I think it's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. Raspberry Pi people, calm down. You know, you can still have your Raspberry Pi. People like nostalgia. Obviously, a cost-cutting measure by not having the dual shock controller kind of limits the game library as well. You can't have games like Ape Escape, which sucks. Kind of a weird 5 games to announce. Obviously, Tekken 3 and FF7 are the 2 big games on that list. FF7, I feel, kind of lost a bit of luster
So,
after being announced for the Switch and the Xbox One. It's kind of like, why does my chat keep disappearing? No, now it's back. It doesn't come with an AC adapter either, but I don't know. That's not a big deal to me. I have so many of these freaking bricks and micro USB cables nowadays. It's just like I have like way too many.
RGT prefers apple pie.
It's not like it's cool. Like it'll sell well. People will like it. People will probably hack it as well. But yeah, funny that they called it the classic, though.
Oh
I mean,
God.
it's pretty obvious what they were going for. But I mean, I'm excited for it. I love things like this. I love plug and play, classic systems. I have my SNES Classic literally right here. Well, I mean, I was doing a video on it and I just haven't put it away yet. But, they're cool. It's a cool thing. And because I woke up at 3 or I got out of bed at 3 in the morning and made a video on it, that video did very well.
I welcome it because it looks good for those who are collecting these classics and have the the Sega, the mini Sega, whatever they call that, the NES, SNES Classic. To have the PlayStation Classic with that, it's cool for nostalgia purpose. But the value of this thing makes 0 sense.
People keep saying that. Okay,
you're not getting your. Let me finish.
No, shut up. It's $5 a game. If there's 20 games, that's $5 a game. Not including 2 controllers, not including an interface or any hardware. That's $5 a game.
Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. These games, is there like some of these games which are part of a franchise? I feel that you wouldn't want to go in the past, like Tekken 3 and Ridge Racer Type 4. Would you ever want an older iteration of these games? Aren't the
Tekken 3? Ooh, Tekken 3. No. Tekken 3 is a great game.
Is it?
Do not sleep on Tekken 3. Yeah, Tekken 3 is awesome. Okay, so Jumping Flash.
I've never
loose price.
Jumping Flash.
It's a first-person platformer, 3D platformer. It's actually sort of a hidden gem on the system. Jumping Flash is a $20 game, disc only. Complete in box is $35. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 loose $15, CIB $20. So we're already halfway to our limit here.
And are these games not available digitally?
Aren't the NES Classic games available digitally? You can't make that argument.
Well, I'm asking. I'm not arguing. I'm asking legit. Because when you're buying these games, the cartridge, the disc, whatever, you're paying a premium to own a collectible piece of history. It's not necessarily the value of the game. But if it's only available there, then I will agree with you that, yeah, it's worth whatever.
Well, I mean, by that logic, the SNES Classic, the only game that it really had on it was Star Fox 2. The NES Classic had nothing on it because everything could be purchased digitally. You can't, I don't know.
That's why I didn't buy it. But even the SNES Classic was cheaper, though, right? It was like $60, wasn't it?
No, it was 80.
No.
So it would have been 100 for you. But I mean, storage. Okay, look at the size of the games here. A game like Tekken 3 is probably about 400 megabytes. Final Fantasy 7 is 3 discs.
Dude, we're in the age where where memory is cheap. This is not what's driving the cost up.
You don't think that the memory plays a factor into this?
No.
I certainly do.
We're talking megabytes in an age of gigabytes.
But okay, how big? Let's.
Okay, a disc back in the PlayStation 1 day
was 700 megabytes.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
All right.
So 700 times 3 is what? 2.1 gigs. So 2.1 gigs for one game on there. Meanwhile, fucker, you have these Nintendo companies or these people putting games on the Nintendo Switch, and they can't fit their whole game on there, or they don't want to use the expensive cart, that's bigger than a 4 megabyte or a 4 gigabyte cart because wah, so they make you download stuff. But memory is so cheap. God, I love you, right?
Hang on. It says the average PS1 game, the game is about 150 megs, and a disc was 650 megs.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy 3 was 3 discs.
Right.
So obviously it was bigger than, that.
Okay, so let's say you got the worst one, 2.1 gig, and all 20 of these games are 2 gigs.
Yeah, I mean,
you're talking about 40 gigs of memory, which is way smaller than what your standard phone gets. Or, what is 40 gig worth now? You can get 16 gigs, I think, like a 16 gig stick. You can get that for 10 or 15 bucks now. So let's say 3 of those. Okay, you're talking about maybe $20, $25 worth of memory costs for this PlayStation Classic.
And then you got controllers, and then you have licensing, and then for the games, and then you have manufacturing, and then you have an interface, and then you have the system itself. It adds up. I don't think $100 is a bad price. How much do you think the N64 Classic's going to be?
Well, that's a great conversation. That's a great segue into that, because the N64 will require more memory. We'll have a stupid big controller with it. Do you think we're going to see an N64 Classic come in at $100 US?
Yes. I don't think it'll be 80. I think it'll be 100. Especially depending on the games too, because they're going to have to get licenses if they want any of those rare games. And I feel like Perfect Dark and, at least 1 or 2 of the rare games will be on that.
Yeah.
So you need licensing.
Now, one thing, I don't know if it was Spawnwave that mentioned this or someone else, but he said he wouldn't be surprised if the chip in the N64 Classic isn't the same. So one thing that Nintendo has is they have more consoles to save costs on. I don't know if the SNES and the NES are built the same internally. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Yeah. So that's one advantage the N64 has in controlling cost.
Well, here's the thing, is that I put N64 on my SNES Classic, and it runs fucking great. Wait,
you did what?
I put an N64 emulator on my SNES Classic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it runs fucking amazing. Wow. I was playing Turok, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is legit." So yeah, they can use whatever they have in there. I haven't tried all the games, of course, but I was really surprised. It runs MAME, it runs PS1 supposedly. I got a bunch of arcade games on there now, and you can find out more info on how I did it on my Classic to Magic review, available on RGT85.
Oh,
Be sure to check it out.
Everybody here is already subscribed to you.
They might not be.
Yeah, the 2 that aren't.
I need those 2.
The original N64, did it ship with 2 controllers or 1?
1. Get out of here.
All right,
No systems ship with 2 controllers.
The Super Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Bullshit.
They shipped with 2 controllers. I mean, the original is what I'm talking about. Not the classics, the originals.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I was asking, the original N64, did it have 1 or 2 controllers?
1.
Okay. And I think the PlayStation 1 had 2, though.
No, I only came with 1.
Yeah. Good question, Gintoki.
There was a different pack, though, I think.
Gintoki asked, question is, will the N64 Mini Classic have the expansion pack? Yeah, it should.
They should. I don't think it would need to. I think they would just have to, because all it is emulators. The expansion pack was so that the ROMs the game could run properly on the N64, but you can emulate those games based on the ROMs with no problem. So it would just be based on the N64 emulator they use.
Right.
So it shouldn't be an issue.
Now, if we're gonna get into all this crazy classic business, I'm wondering, are we going to see a PS2 Classic? Because I would totally get behind that.
Yeah, that'd be tough. A lot of licensing, a lot of storage.
Okay.
So it would be.
What else do you think we're going to see in terms of this PS1 library? So we got 5 games. There's another 15. What do you think are the iconic, reasonable ones that we would see?
Metal Gear, Resident Evil. Supposedly it's going to be rated M. And a lot of people didn't think it was going to be rated M, but the European box, I believe it was, showed a PEGI 18 or 16 on it. I think you got to have Resident Evil. I think you got to have Metal Gear. It'd be nice to have Silent Hill, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, although that's coming on everything probably very soon. Once again, another buzz killer.
I could see them easily adding Final Fantasy 8 or 9, but I think that'd be disappointing.
Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have that on there. Maybe a Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter was actually a big deal back on the PS1. A lot of RPGs to choose from. Breath of Fire 3, Chrono Cross. It's Jesus. You could go hours and hours on that.
Right.
Parasite Eve would be nice. I love the original Parasite Eve. Medieval, like Eric said. I don't know if they'll do Crash Bandicoot. because of the trilogy re-release. They could. I mean, they should.
Well, why would you want to play like a low res version when you can play the remastered?
Maybe they don't own a PS4
or a Switch or an Xbox or.
Yeah, there's people like that, Jason. There are people out there who bought the NES or SNES Classic that don't play modern games.
Okay, I get you. Is there any other classic system you would want that's maybe not obvious, like not of the big three publishers? Could we see Saturn Classic or the Dreamcast Classic?
I would, man, Saturn Classic. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing.
What about like a 3DO Classic?
Fuck the 3DO. Did you know that the 3DO is the only system I've ever gotten rid of? Like,
I did not. Do share.
So before I moved, I sold my 3DO and all my 3DO games to Patreon for a really cheap price because he's a very, very generous individual. But I bought that system for one game.
Which one?
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Of course you did.
Because it was the only way to play Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It was designed for that system. It only came out, that version of the game only came out on that. And then when they announced the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, I was like, hey, it's got Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on there. I don't need this 3DO anymore. I hate the 3DO. Have
you ever played, there's only one game I know about the 3DO, and I don't even know how I came about this. It was called Captain Quasar or Captain Qatar.
No. Sounds familiar.
That's the only game I played on it, and I loved it. 3DO Captain.
It's a side-scrolling game, isn't it?
No, it's like an isometric top-down kind of thing. Oh man.
I mean, there was Road Rash on there.
Captain Quasar is what it was. It was like a bullet hell kind of game with minus the mass bullets.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Might look into it.
But yeah, that's the one system that I don't know. Like I like the Jaguar. I like the Atari 7800. Like I wouldn't think of getting, well, maybe if I had to. But like, yeah, that fucking system, man. I hated that thing.
Mm-hmm. You know what? A Game Gear Classic, Arvin. I could get behind that.
That would be awesome.
I remember seeing people with Game Gears, and I was so jealous of them because I was a Sega kid. And there was all these like exclusive Sonic games to it, like Sonic.
Yeah. Well, then keep going. Sorry.
Like Sonic Triple. It was Triple Trouble.
Yep.
And I would have the comic books, and they would talk about the events in those games. And I was so jealous, but I also know that like the Game Gear was stupid expensive, and you needed like so many batteries for it. And I wasn't a fan of handheld at the time.
Would it be a handheld though, or would it be something that you can play on your television as well?
Please just put it on the Switch. Like bring back all the Game Gear games and put it on the Switch as the Sega Game Gear Collection.
No, they got
Why
the Genesis
hasn't
collection
anyone thought
coming
of this?
soon.
What?
They got the Genesis collection coming to the Switch finally.
Okay, we played the Genesis games to death. Give me the Game Gear.
Motherfucker, I have it on the Xbox One, and I'm still gonna buy it again on the Switch.
That's because you like buying things over and over and watching the same movie over and over.
Sonic. I haven't watched Jurassic Park in 2 days.
Whoa, 2 whole days. Are you getting withdrawal symptoms?
That's a lie, actually. I think I watched it yesterday, but I fell asleep during it.
Do you fall asleep to the theme song?
Yeah, probably. I took like a quick nap, and like I woke when I closed my eyes, like the attorney or the lawyer had just got eaten, and then when I opened my eyes, like they were on the fucking helicopter, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't think I slept. But no, the reason I ask if it's only going to be a dedicated handheld or if it's going to play on the television is because if it does play on the television, it would technically have to be a Master System plug and play, branded as a Game Gear plug and play, because the Master System got ports of like 90% of the games you're talking about, like the Sonic Triple Trouble and Sonic Chaos. But when you play them on a Master System, it is scaled to match a television. Whereas if you play them on a Game Gear, it is not scaled for that. It is scaled only for the Game Gear. So when you play Game Gear on your television, it looks kind of wonky and it's sort of chopped off at the top. Whereas on the Master System, it's open. And that's why people collect Master System games. Like Jurassic Park on the Master System is the exact same game that it is on the Game Gear. But when you play the Master System version on your television, the screen size is much bigger. And it's the same thing with those Sonic games. It makes those Sonic games so much better because like when you play those Sonic games on a Game Gear, like you're jumping off the screen sometimes because of the small cropping on it.
It's almost like you know a lot about retro games.
I mean, That's pretty much all I know.
Right. Okay, let's get into our lightning round. This is where we take user topics, questions, hash it out. Where's our lightning graphic? All right, and we're back. What do you guys think?
What have you been playing?
What have you been playing? Just go right back to the beginning. No, what are your topics and questions? Let's hear them. Well, any thoughts on tonight's topics? The PlayStation 1 Classic, the N64 Classic, maybe Telltale. How do you guys pronounce it? What do you think of that whole situation? Bowsette, are you a fan? Have you drawn something? Do you want to share your art?
No.
Nintendo.
These are not Bowsette style.
Please send all Bowsette fan art to RGT85, also known as SeanLong85 on Twitter. Just spam him with Bowsette, please. That will make me the happiest guy.
I just ordered the Sega Genesis Classics collection for the Switch.
Man. You'll probably get a free code for it.
I don't care. I need the physical.
Of course you do. So you can touch it and sleep with it.
When is Ark coming out? I bet that game's going to be so shitty on the Switch. But it has dinosaurs, so I'm interested.
All right. Eric says, by the way, shout out to Eric in the chat. Eric's the one who did all those little animations for the subsections, and he's going to be adding some sound effects to them by next week.
Shawnette, get out of here. Shawnette.
Shawnette. Oh my God. Please somebody draw us a Shawnette. I will pay money for a Shawnette.
Unreleased Telltale games from the PS3. Like what?
What?
Looking at questions in the chat, sir. Doing your job.
Oh, also, if you are one of those people that drop out at this section, because I know there's some of you, don't forget that there's a giveaway and our Discord channel in the bottom. Check out the description below. You can enter for a chance to win Alwa's Awakening on Switch. Also, join the Discord server. That's where I hang out pretty much by myself because Sean doesn't want to join the Discord server.
I'm bad at Discord. I have so much stuff going on and so many things that I constantly need to check. I always forget about Discord. I haven't checked my personal Discord in like 3 weeks because I'm a horrible individual and a terrible person.
Well, I'm glad you admit to it. Yeah, so join us there. And we're also on, there's the Class vs. Crass webcomic, which you can find on Instagram at instagram.com/Class vs. Crass.
So AT Games is no longer doing the Genesis Mini. That's why it's delayed till 2019. It's a very good thing. I think this is how I imagine it going down. Like, they went into like Sega's offices. Sega was like, "Hey, AT Games, how you guys doing? All right, you got something to show us?" And they were like, "Yeah, here you go." And then they were like, "Oh, haha, it's a funny joke. What the fuck is this shit? All right, where's the real thing?" And then they were like, "No, this is the real thing." And then they just sort of threw them out of a window.
Exactly like that. All right, first question from Gadget Mike. KJ, if you had to choose between a PS2 Classic and N64, which one would you buy? Ooh, PS2 Classic. That's actually not a tough choice at all.
Between PS2 and N64?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do PS2. N64 is easy to emulate. PS2 isn't. I'll just be honest.
Also, just the options are just so much better on the PS2. The graphics are better. It's none of that like the N64 was the entry point to 3D graphics, which wasn't nice on the eyes. Castlemania Games saying, you guys see Limited Run is looking to pick up some unreleased Telltale games from the PS3. I did not see that. Did you see that?
I was mentioning that
you were mentioning
before.
It, yeah.
No, I haven't though.
Yeah, neither have I. It's interesting. Don Bonus says you should crassy segue. Sorry, what's going on here? You should crassy segues of Sean eating plain bread or farting. I don't think I have any clips of Sean farting or eating plain bread for that matter.
I eat plain bread a lot. I like plain bread. I tell you about the bread I got for free?
Bread tales.
So I was outside smoking a cigarette this past week, and there's a family that lives
where's the story going?
Down the end of the street. And like I was just outside smoking a cigarette, and I always wave to them because they're nice. And the dude was outside.
Would you not wave to them if they were not nice?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I only wave to nice people. And the dude was outside. He's like, "Yo!" I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "You want some bread?" I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he just pulls up his SUV like right in front of my place, and he pops a trunk. He's like, yo, son, I got all this bread back here. He's like, I got pumpernickel, I got this, I got that. You want a loaf? I'm like, okay. And so I just got like a loaf of like random.
You ate
like
bread from a stranger's car?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
He's
dude.
my neighbor. They're it's the weird kid who lives there who's like 16 and like he'll like when he always walks everywhere, and when he's walking places, like he'll be listening to like this trap music, just like rapping at like top of his lungs, like "fuck you, motherfucker, I'll shoot you with a gun," like just crazy shit. But like whenever it snows out, he's the one that's out there snowing everyone's plowing everyone's sidewalk. Yeah, he's out there shoveling snow, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's good bread. Yeah, they're very like sort of religious. I believe they're Muslim or something like that, because all the women have the head garb. So it was probably some sort of food operation thing, because he seriously had like, I would say close to 50 loaves in his trunk,
just on standby at all times.
No, he said he was going out to deliver bread to people.
Okay. You should start a new series on your channel and you just call it Bread Tales, a story of Sean eating bread.
It was good bread, man. It was good.
I thought you were into the whole multigrain bread, weren't you?
Yes, but I don't turn down free bread.
Okay. Speaking of free food, on my road, they're giving away free potatoes. I was just walking on the road and they're like, have some free potatoes. There's a sign.
Oh, you took free potatoes from someone?
Here's the difference. I didn't take it. I don't take free food from strangers.
I do.
That's going to get you in trouble, sir.
Never has. 33 years. I always take free food, and I've never had a problem.
Okay. What else we got here in terms of questions and topics? Got Santiago saying, dude, that is so weird. Sean lives an interesting life. Leanne, do you think Nintendo will cook up something for next year for its 130th anniversary? I don't think Nintendo acknowledges its age ever, or wants to.
They're like a woman. Sorry. Oh, social justice warriors. Fucking joke.
Wow, you're trained.
You gotta be careful nowadays. Like, Jesus Lord.
One up, John. I always buy my bread from cars playing trap music. It's the best bread.
But he wasn't playing. I believe probably his son, because I would say this dude's like 40 and his son is like in high school.
James asks, with Nintendo releasing a few games on the 3DS next year, do you guys think we will see Nintendo at E3 announce a handheld successor?
No, I think they're done with the dedicated handheld. You could see how the 3DS is just like a complete afterthought right now. I think if the Switch wasn't selling very well and wasn't received very well, then yes, there would be there's always a backup plan, I feel. But I think that, I mean, what can you really do next?
I think you would get a Switch Mini.
Well, I mean, that's just an extension of the Switch, though, I feel.
But I think that's what we're going to get. Just like the 3DS had a 3DS and the 3DS XL, we're going to see a Switch and a Switch Mini. And maybe the Switch Mini will have a clamshell design. But they're not going to go with the 3DS. I think they're going to stick to just the Switch family name and ditch the 3DS and ditch all of that. And have two models. So you have like an entry point model for gaming, which will be the Switch Mini, and then you can upgrade to the proper Switch. And maybe down the line we'll see like a Switch XL for those with really big hands.
See my strobe going?
Yep, it's 9 o'clock. It's your producer saying, "You gotta go to bed, Sean." The Switch will get a dockless version. So yeah, Haruhi, that would be the Switch Mini that I think would be the successor to the 3DS. Okay, I might be missing some stuff here. Leanne triggered, just kidding. People talking about the PS Vita being dead, 4DS. Nah, it's gonna be this or the Switch DS. Actually, the Switch DS one up, John. That if it has the clamshell design, that makes a lot of sense.
A dual screen Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Dual screen Switch, but all HD, smaller screen, clamshell for better protection.
What's the dual screen part? You're gonna have to make games specifically for a dual screen. That would not work.
I don't know. No, you just add a menu down there. You know, 3DS doesn't even try anymore.
A map?
Or a map. Sean should shout you out. You're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
I have before.
He has before. The reality is this channel has very much become a podcast channel, and I understand that's not for everyone. So the growth is slow. We're a bit slow. We're high in watch time, low in subscriber count. If I want subscribers to shoot up, I actually need to make short videos that people can look at in 5 minutes. And I don't know when I'll get back to doing those.
All within 5 minutes.
Do that again?
No.
Sean supports me when he can. I'll give him that. He can't always be shouting out all these small 1,000 sub channels that are milking off of his teat.
My nipples get sore.
Gintoki asks, hey Jay, do you think that Mario Party only allowing Joy-Cons is right? As someone who very much enjoys my Pro Controller, no, I don't think it's right.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Do you think that Mario Party only allowing Joy-Cons is right?
It's kind of weird. I wouldn't say it's wrong or right. I would just say it's weird.
It's unwelcome is what I'm going to say. No, whoops. Amy Max says, no, Switch plus XL will happen before Mini. Those Joy-Cons are too tiny for some.
Well, I mean, I think the Joy-Con will stay the same. I think the screen will be smaller. Probably about, you know, I would say like
Can't
this.
see that. You're off camera.
Oh. I would say like this over.
Right.
And non-detachable Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Oh, non-detachable. That's a good point.
That would keep things. That would keep. I mean, you wouldn't be able to play a few certain games.
Yeah.
But
I think that argument goes out the window. The size argument, because you look at the Vita, that thing was tiny, and a bunch of adults bought it. Kind of. Maybe.
Look at the Game Boy Micro. Jesus Christ, you could eat that thing.
You could play it with your teeth. One up, John. Yeah, dual screen Switch, split the fan base. Why not? Leanne, Sean should shout out during Spawn Wave. I could probably ask Spawn Wave if I can join one day, and he'd probably support me. I talk with John all the time.
Yeah, you should go on the Spawn cast.
But I do appreciate you guys trying to find solutions for me. Really, the best thing you can do is like the video. Actually, if you are here, like the video, share it with your friends, tweet it out, get people interested. There's just some random feet showing up behind me now. Sean is Mario and Jay is Luigi. Once upon a time, that was different.
I think he probably meant
maybe not in looks, but definitely in
because you're
prestige.
taller.
Yeah. If we live closer, I'd totally go out as Luigi for Halloween with you.
I don't go out for Halloween.
And you could be.
I don't go
Shawnette.
out.
You could be my Shawnette.
All right, wrap it up.
Leanne, I barely like the 6.2-inch screen. So does Sean. Just seeing if there's any last questions here. One of John, Jay for Spawncast. I actually was on a Spawncast once upon a time, but yeah, I can make another debut. All right, we're going to wrap it up there for tonight. Thank you all for joining us on the Classic Crash Gaming Podcast. Sean, what are you up to this week?
God, I have no idea. I just released the best upcoming games for October for the Switch video. Actually, a lot of games on there. A lot of games I didn't even realize were coming. So make sure you check that out. And then, yeah, I honestly, I haven't really thought that far in advance yet.
Cool. Over in my end, I could probably do a vlog tomorrow if you guys want that. So let me know what you want me to talk about. Do you want me to talk about games, about anime, about comic books, getting back into anime and comic books, about event planning? There's a lot of stuff I can do, so let me know what you guys want to do. Otherwise, the next video will be probably of Alwa's Awakening or the next Class vs. Crash next Sunday with, we have another guest, I think, planned for next week. Let me just check. I think we have the CEO of the studio that did the animation behind Sonic Mania joining us. Let me just double check if that is who I have booked for that weekend. I forget his name. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how. Yes, his name is Jake. And he's going to be sharing how he's done various animations. He also did some for Brawlhalla. And there's another game. Something of Aether. Anyways. So we got some good guests coming around. So do stick around. And share the show with your friends. We're also on SoundCloud. I should really put that somewhere in the description. We're all over the place. Anyways, thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week. Until then, keep it classy, or as Sean would say,
keep it crassy.